Hey everybody, Will Sickles from beingalandlord.com. Thanks for watching. Today I wanted to talk to you about finding the perfect rental price. Actually, that was one of the first questions that I had before becoming a landlord was how much could I get for this rental property? That basically is what my decision hung on. Was I going to be able to charge enough per month, and were people willing to be willing to pay for what I needed to cover my costs and also to make the little bit of work it requires worth my while? The answer to that is basically what made my decision on becoming a landlord. So, how do you find out how much you can charge for your rental property? What's the best way? Well, I went about it in 5 different ways. One of the ways was, what does my gut say? How much do I think I could charge for this property? I knew what my mortgage costs, right? So I had a little bit of background as to what I needed, but how much did I really think people were going to be willing to pay? So I kind of went with my gut and had an initial rent price in mind. So that was the first piece that I put into determining my rent price. The second piece was what, the real estate people that I knew, the landlords that I knew, the real estate agents that I knew, based on my gut price, what did they think about that rental price per month? Did they think I could get it? Did they think people in my area were willing to pay that? Um, that's a second check you can do, is people in the industry, people in the know. What do they think about your potential rent price? Third way is to look at comparables. What are other rental units getting? What are other landlords in the area? What are other rental communities getting for their properties? You can find out by going on places like apartments.com and doing a search in your area for a rental property with similar amenities that you have. If you are in a city, type in the city, and put in, have the same amount of bedrooms that you have. What comes up? What are people asking for as far as rental prices go? That'll give you a really good check as to what you can possibly charge, because so many other people are charging that as well. That's honestly, that between that, looking at comparables, and my gut is really what determined my rent price. That's the biggest piece. Um, there is another piece, so that's three. There is another piece I used. So fourth would be putting an ad out there. Put a test out there. Maybe it's worth $60 to put an ad out on apartments.com, let's say, and test your rent price out. See if people are calling. See if people want to come and take a look at the rental unit at that price. That'll tell you if it's a good price or not. This is actually how I got my current tenants. I had a price out there in an ad that was $100 more than what I ended up charging. And I wasn't getting anybody. Nobody was calling. Nobody wanted to see the unit. So I lowered my price by $100 a month, and bam, I got a flood of people. So that told me that people had in their search criteria when they were looking at these websites, that told me that the price I had was just too high. It wasn't popping up in potential renters' search criteria. So that helped out a lot too. Like I said, that's how I got my current tenants. Is I lowered the price by $100, and then all of a sudden, bam, I got a ton of inquiries to see the property. And I knew that was my sweet spot. So fifth, you can figure out, which is kind of goes into your gut, but what do you need to charge in order to be cash flow positive? What's your mortgage? What do you need to cover utilities? What do you need to cover insurance? What do you need to make it worth your while? So put those pieces into the equation. What rental price per month is going to make it cash flow positive? And between those 5 things, you have your answer. Put all those 5 things together, and I think you'll have an awesome rent price that people are going to be willing to pay, and that'll make you cash flow positive. I hope that helps you. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any more, let me know. That'll help me. That'll help other people that are watching this video and reading the blog. And I'll talk to you soon.